Welcome, everyone, to the Nikki Clarke Show. I'm your host, Nikki Clarke, and I'm so excited to have another incredible interview today, sharing the information, the journey of an amazing filmmaker and composer. He is meeting us right now from Germany, and I'm so excited to introduce to you Marcel Barsotti to the show.
Hi, Nikki. Very nice to meet you here, and very nice to meet you at Toronto at the how it's called the festival, the Peace Festival, International Peace Festival.
The
Yeah.
International Peace Festival, yes. And we were all so amazed by your short film Transformation, which we're going to talk about today. But before we dive into that, I'd love to know more about your origin story. So can you tell us a little bit about how it all started for Marcel? When did you get, involved in the film world, and what was it like for you in your journey?
Oh, I started very early. I remember my mother told me I was about 4 years and starting with kitchen drums. So she was very terrible because I was every day so loud as children. And she had a friend who had a band, a jazz band, and so I starting with drums and vibraphones over 4 or 5 years. And when we leave Switzerland, go to Germany, and when we go to Italy, and in Italy, my mother bought me like a Hammond organ, something else. And so I saw the first time keyboards, and I love keyboards. And then after, so with years, I started guitars and flutes. And with 18, 19 years, I studied classical music at the conservatory in Munich. No films in this time. And the first time, yes, I remember, I was so about 70, 18 years, and I went with a friend in the theater, and I saw the first time Star Wars. And I thought, wow, that's my life, that's my way. But every way is so difficult, especially in the film scene, to make a big career. And then I saw at a party, I don't know, 22, 23 years, I meet Harold Faltermeyer. In this time, I don't know, 30 years ago, he was very famous. He makes the music, for example, for Beverly Hills Cop and something else, and
Yes, I
Top.
remember that.
Yes, and he worked in Munich, and so I worked for him. So I'm working. So I'm starting with to repair cables and something else, and then I make the first arrangements for him, and then I had a band, a pop band, and he has a very good contact to Sony Music. And after that, I'm starting so with the first commercials, for example, for Lufthansa and airlines and coffee, and I don't know what I make. Um, Fashion, yes, fashion. For example, for Davidoff and Job and all the perfumes. And when I was very late, 33 years old, I starting on a contest for a TV movie on called Bars Pro 7. It's a very big RTL Pro 7 is a very big TV station in Germany, and I won with this movie. So I won this award, and so when I starting with the first TV movies and starting with a motion picture, because motion picture is totally different from TV movies, and so I had good luck in. So from 35 to 50, I have uh, I have made the music for free for international movie, for example, for Pope Joan, It was a movie with John Goodman and David Vanham, and this movie was very successful. And you need one movie as composer to make a career international. So, and this, I don't know if this movie was in Canada or something else, but I thought in 80 countries. And yes, and so I'm continuing. So, and now I changed all because I want to make a career as director.
Amazing. So you've gone from, your experience as a musician, moving into, having a pop band, composer, and now you're a director. And we are so thrilled of the outcome of your, skills, your cumulative skills in the movie Transformation. So let's talk about that. Tell me about Transformation. What inspired you, and is it out now?
So the inspiring I told you with 18 years was just Star Wars. And I'm a
Mhm.
really fan of science fiction and fantasy movie, especially the old ones like Planet of the Apes and
Yes,
something else.
yes.
Love it, love it. And yes, it was a dream since, I don't know, 30 years. And I'm starting last year for to find producers who has a lot of money for
Yeah.
my science fiction movie. Because at first I wanted to make a movie about 90 100 minutes, but it's very expensive. So I try it with a small short film. But also this is just very expensive because you need also all these CGI and motion effects
Mhm.
and um, it's always expensive to make a fantasy or science fiction movie. And when I started last year to learn with artificial softwares in this world, so there are many artificial softwares from China, from USA, from England, and I try, so my first steps, my first pictures, my first movies, my first scenes, and continuing at the beginning. Well, I don't were happy about my science fiction because they are not good pictures and they're not a good story. And then I try again, and in January, February, I finished my screenplay. So the
Mhm.
screenplay is analog. I don't use ChatGPT or something else. And then I starting so at March with the first scenes with the artificial software, intelligent software. And yeah, so I worked about 2 3 months for all scenes, and when after the whole post production I started, so the music is real from me, and also the edit is from me, and also the synchrons from the aliens are from me. So like, so I started here in my studio here. You see it with my microphones and a lot of ideas. Yes, and at the end of June, I finished the movie and starting to go to the festivals, to the international festivals. And I remember the first 3 4 weeks, no mail, no answer, nothing. And I thought, oh, what? This is a terrible idea that you want to be now a director. Why don't you compose and uh, don't know and earn a lot of money with composing? But yes, and I remember, so at the first week in September, I get a mail from the International Peace Festival, but I'm not only nominated, I received the award, so the Peace Award for my movie Transformation, and then starts, oh, here, here is it. Here, look. So this is it.
Lovely. I remember seeing that not too long ago.
Yes, yes, very beautiful, very beautiful. You can light it from there, and then it's like a disco club thing. And yes, and then started, and after the festival, so I'm every week on a other festival with my movie. I'm so happy, I can tell you.
Oh, well, we're very proud of you and congratulations again. So tell us a little bit about the core theme of the movie. I know that you spoke about your love for Star Wars and kind of intertwining some of those elements of it. But who is the main character and what can we expect?
Okay, so the difficult is every time that you have a good screenplay. You can make so many movies, but then you don't have a good idea, screenplay, a good plot. So it's very difficult to make a good story, especially in science fiction, because science fiction is so it's a genre and it's very commercial and um, yeah, how can I explain? So my main plot in this movie is to talk about the evolution of humans.
Mm,
So what happens with us in the future? So started with my aliens called Draxuls, and they leave the planet and for searching a new world, and they come here and destroy it all. And so at the first you mean, oh, it's a movie like Independence Day, and we don't
yeah.
have a chance. But so at the half of the movie, the story changed completely. And for me, it's very important to talk about in this time. We have a lot problems and troubles in this world with wars and with the politics. You see now we have Trump again and something very strong and strange things in this world, and also the politics in Germany is now for the moment very difficult. And we have the war here with the Ukraine. And so I want to talk about if it's possible that we humans or in our universe, we can't find freedom together.
Hmm.
So it's very important for me in this movie. And okay, I don't want to talk how it's finished the movie, but these two things. So the evolution together with the questions about to find peace in this universe. I know were just some similar stories from science fiction. So in the 60s, 70s, I remember one of my favorite movies was called how is called Soylent Green. I don't know if you know this movie.
No.
It's from 67, so like in the time for Planet of the Apes, Soylent Green,
Hmm.
and they
Hmm.
talk about that that humans are ill. Humans have nothing to eat, and they create this Soylent Green, and the Soylent Green is but it's not a vegetarian meat. Is from humans.
Hmm.
This is
Hmm.
very terrible, and so this this is very interesting. I have, for example, in my movie, I have a similar story in the beginning. With my yellow nova. So, but this yellow nova is also not the future for our people, for our Earth, and so for me, it's very important if in I don't know in 1,000, in 2,000, in 5,000 year, um, we can find freedom, but not but with the question of evolution. So if
Hmm.
we are able to learn from other people, from other lands, and maybe also from aliens, like in my movie.
Hmm.
Oh, yeah, it's a little difficult story for maybe my transformation, but at the end, I think I made a happy end.
Okay, I love that.
I hope so.
And
I hope so.
yeah, I know you have. It's I had a little sneak peek and it looks absolutely brilliant. It's a 13-minute
Yeah,
film.
30 minutes.
Yes. So tell us where can people anticipate to see it, where can they go?
Yes, the problem is with short movies that you don't have the normal theaters in all the world where the people can see this movie. This is the problem with short movies. Short movies are every time on festivals, and the next problem is if you don't have an invitation or you don't have a nomination on a festival, no people can see your movie. I
Mhm.
remember I made last year two short movies from two very young directors and very beautiful movies. I love it. And they get any festival with these movies. It's so terrible. Nobody can see these films. And so maybe I'm a lucky guy with my first movie, but the people have to go to festivals. For example, 2 days ago, my movie was shown on the in New York on the Times Square on this. I I think it's called ACM theater. It's very famous. So with many lights and something else. And I don't was there because I had a premiere in Halle. It's a city in Germany. So at
Hmm.
the same but I had a presenter, a friend of me. She's film composer, and we don't won a award, but
Hmm.
the audience was very happy about transformation. She told me, so yes, New York, and in the next time, um, Budapest and Naples. And the big festival in 1 week in Rome. I
Hmm.
were in and yeah, so go on in Los Angeles next year and another time in New York next year. And I have also in Canada four or five new festivals where I sent the movie, but I don't know um, if I get a nomination. So this is in a half a year.
Okay. Well, I'm so excited about what is next for transformation, and I want to thank you again for your time today, sharing a little bit about your origin story and all the wonderful parts of transformation. Really looking forward to seeing what happens next. Congratulations on all your
Okay.
accolades and awards. And tell us, Marcel, how can people connect with you on social media?
Okay, it's very simple on Facebook, on Instagram, on LinkedIn, and on my website is called marcelbarsotti.com. So this is very easy, and my most posts I have on Facebook. Yeah,
Okay. You've got a Facebook group. So that's
yeah,
fantastic. So remember to join, reach out to Marcel on Instagram, LinkedIn, and you won't be disappointed. There's a lot of great content there. And please, please catch your opportunity to see transformation. You'll be transformed. And it falls along with the theme, transforming lives one story at a
maybe.
time. So it's just perfect. Marcel Barsotti, thank you so much for your time here on the Nikki Clarke Show, and hope to see you again in Canada very soon.
Yeah, thank you very much that you're inviting me in Canada, and yes, I'm sure we see us next time in Canada or in Germany or another place. Um, a very good show you make, and I'm very happy about this.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. All right. Thank you so much, everyone, for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye for now.